hi. How's it going? How's it going? Rigaroga here. You're you. I'm me. We're Meeps. I'm gonna try to play Illimat Solitaire following the actual rules this time. So apparently the last time I played it and I realized after the fact, and there's Resh making... Resh! If you follow me on Instagram, which you probably don't, but you should, because why not? Hi. Resh here, my Russian Blue, decided she was going to try and take over the stream this as I was getting ready. Here's Resh, little Russian Blue. She's all like, why are you lifting me up? I want to be down. I don't want to be up. I don't want to be up. I'm not happy. I'm going to scratch the crap out of your face in a minute if you don't let me down. Oh, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. She wouldn't really. She's super sweet. Hi. But she's also making a lot of noise. So anyhow, we're going to hear her and maybe some of the other cats. Mars was making a lot of noise as well, as the cats are wont to do. But yeah, so anyhow, as I was playing the last... Rash, stop. I'm streaming. Come on. Hey, Jen. You want to come up? Up. Okay, Resh. Hi, Resh. Yeah, Hugin, Jen, is on the floor right down there. Right down there. And was gonna... Oh, there she is. Hi, Jen. Hi. I don't know if you saw any of that. Jen leaped up and said hello. We're gonna try to play and not have the cats. Nope, stop. Leave that alone. No. Leave that alone. This is gonna be a disaster. She's trying to rub against my monitor, which then adjusts my face cam and the cam that's on the board once it's set up. So either they attack the board by leaping on it and throwing stuff all over the place, or I'm putting warm things on my feet because it is darn cold still. Not as cold as it was recently, super recently, very, very recently. It was extremely cold because of the vortex. Not as cold as other people had it, but definitely cold. Yeah, and I've got the heat on, and so you'll probably hear that in the background. But anyhow, let's... For some reason, I haven't been streaming lately, and so now I'm like, oh, how do I do this again? Which buttons do I press? Where do I look? So anyhow, this is Illimat, and we're going to try and play it again. This is an interesting thing. The thing I noticed is that there's two styles of this that have there's one that has a 1 and a 7, and there's another one of these that has a 3 and a 12. Now the 3 and the 12, of course, is like clock. The 1 and the 7 is not. So I don't know how that happened, but you can see this. So this has the 1 and the 7 in the corners, and somewhere I've seen. Oh well, here this is an example. So the Illimat rule book has a 3 and a 12. Oh, and actually different letters. So there's a like a U, a B, a K, and I'm assuming a D here, and a 1 and a 7, whereas this has got a 3 and a 12. So is that... See, now I'm wondering. Okay, so let's open this up and take a look. So does the Illimat have the 1 and the 7, And then the board has the 3 and the 12. Is that how that goes? Okay, that's what it is. So that's the difference. So the Illimat is the thing in the center of the board that turns around. And then the board itself has the 3 and the 12 and the U and the B. Except the Illimat doesn't actually have that. This is the box. Isn't that weird? Is that not weird? I feel like that's weird. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. So here's the Illimat itself. And this is like a B and an R thing. This is a weird letter. I don't know what that is. But okay, so there's a 1 and a 7 here. And then there's nothing here. And then there's a 12 and a 3. I don't really understand. That's just weird. Isn't it? Okay, we gotta move that just a little bit to get this flat. Isn't that strange? I don't know. I don't know. Seems odd to me. Okay, so anyhow. So we're going to put the Illimat in with the arrow pointed towards me. And I am not wearing my pin. I put my pin back in here. Oh, it's right here. So I don't... does anybody else wear these? I don't want to, like... I wish I had a lapel, like a corsage hole on here, but I don't. So I'm not sure what to do. I thought about like making it like a tie pin or something like that. But anyhow, so there's my initiate pin. And we'll get the rules and the Crane Wife expansion all out here. And then my apprentice pin, which I can't wear yet. And what? Wonder what... Okay, I think we're going to be the sailboat today. So we're going to be the sailboat. Oh, it doesn't stand up. The sailboat, that's interesting. Is that part of the song? The sailboat that wouldn't stay straight, stay up. Okay, so let's go ahead and move that over here. Get that all cleaned up. Okay. I still haven't ironed this board. That seems like a thing to do. Okay, so we've got the Luminaries and the deck. And I won't need these scorecard things, because that's only for the regular game, which I will probably never play. Anyhow, so now that I'm getting all ready to shuffle, how's it going? How's life been treating you? How have you been? Have you been surviving? I mean, obviously you're watching this unless you're a ghost watching this. In which case, I'd be nervous about what you've seen in my house. Anyhow, I hope everyone has been warm and safe and cozy. I guess technically there would be a an actual order of when to of oh, man. Okay. Yeah, so I guess you don't actually place the Illimat, or I mean the Ocus, until after the cards are dealt. But we're going to go ahead and shuffle this. Now, so I'm not going to play, I'm going to play just the one round this time, and I might play a couple rounds, but we'll go ahead and play 3 cards into each. Oh my God. Helps if I do it in order. Okay, and then, so we're going to deal 4 cards out to me, and then this is the draw pile. How does that look on screen? So those are our 4 cards that we've got to play. And then let's go ahead and deal their tarot-like luminary cards. And this does include the base game plus the Crane Wife expansion. So we'll see. If, oh, I should, I have to take the rake out. I forgot. So we're going to take the rake out. I'm not supposed to play with the rake in solo. The rake or the audience, both of those you take out in solo. And then there's only one other one that I don't have. No, I mean, audience, there's 2 that I don't have, but only one I haven't mentioned yet, and that's the Ruxala, the Mermaid, which is a special edition. One that you can get in a special edition Decemberist album, or by doing special stuff that I have not done. But, okay, so let's go ahead and deal out our luminaries. And that should be it. That should be it with the luminaries. There should be no reason, unless we have, what is it, the infant, the child? No, not the children. The newborn, which could possibly reveal another luminary, depending on how the game is going to progress. Now, there was some interesting stuff that I was reading about for a solitaire game that claiming that there's almost no reason to ever actually stockpile, except of course if you are like in Autumn Do Not Sow and you want to get a card there, because you're not trying to stockpile anything to get it out of the way of another player. That in solitaire play you wouldn't actually need to stockpile. You just sow. And then when you play, then you can combine the cards. So that's an interesting strategy that I did not know or didn't think about previously. That generally speaking, stockpiling only limits your options as you're playing solitaire. And stockpiling was a thing that I did not do well in my previous run-throughs. I was doing easy stockpiling, meaning that I would just stockpile without having those cards in my hand, which you're not supposed to do. So I'm going to try basically minimizing my stockpiling, but also doing stockpiling in the correct way. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Our first card that we have to play is this 4. So I could make a 3. I could make Can't really do anything with that 4. I can do a 13 and a 12. So I can't sew because it's autumn. But I could make a 13 over here. So that's actually why you would want to... This answers the question on stockpiling, for me anyway, is that it allows me to play my card. Well, except I could just sew it, right? So I'm going to sew this 4 here, and that could be a 13 later on. So let's put a 3. Well, I can go ahead and claim this. So let's do that. We're going to claim that, leaving only 1 card left here, which is good. And a 13. So let's go ahead and grab that 13. Now that makes this spring, which it already is, so that's okay. No change there. And a 12. Might as well go ahead and grab that 12. No, that's a Queen of Stars, which means I can move it anywhere. I'm going to just go ahead and leave it, I think. And then we deal ourselves another 4 cards. Five, 13, a 13, and a 12. Okay. See, I really don't want to put it either of those spots. But I'm betting on getting a 2 at some point. So, do I put it there, or do I... What the hell? What is that noise? Something is making a noise over here. What the hell? That's really weird. I don't think you can hear it, but okay, weird. Oh. Oops. Was that what it was doing? I'll take care of that later. Anyhow, that was a reminder. Let's see. It's 14s and 11 and 11s and 12s and oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna do not sew. Do not harvest. So we're gonna make this, we're gonna sew here and make this spring so that we can actually harvest there. Then we're going to autumn to do not sow, and then we'll take the 13 and make that summer. And we'll take the 5. Okay. Hey, Daisy. Oh, yeah, this is a really cool game. Do a search for it. It's by Keith Baker. The design, anyway, is by Keith Baker of the play. But the look of it was a photo shoot that the Decemberists did. They wanted like this interesting board game, but they didn't ever have the rules for it, and they asked Keith Baker to design the rules for it. That's a really cool story. You should definitely go and take a look. But how's it going, Daisy? So I'm dealing myself the next 4 cards. Okay, so we've got 3. So where do I want to put the 3? Now, if I put the 3 here, I can make another 12. So I've got 12 and then 12, so that's good. I'm going to take the 11. I can't harvest because it's winter. I don't know where I originally heard of this game. I mean, it had to have been somewhere around the time that they kickstarted it, and so I probably saw a post or something about it. But it has such an interesting thing. It kind of it ticks like a bunch of boxes for me. One of the first boxes that it ticks is sort of the sort of tabletop board game, card game kind of thing. So, but it also ticks like artistically kind of mysterious and secret society kind of narrative secret society kind of thing. So it ticks a lot of boxes. So I probably heard about it from a lot of different directions. But yeah, it had a really successful Kickstarter, and a bunch of. I'm about a year or 2 years late to this game. I just got it. Did I get it? No, I got it in January. So it's literally just less than a month old for me. And you can check it out. Illimat.com is a great place. The studio, Keith Baker's studio with Jen Ellis, that makes it is Together Studios, TWO Gether Studios. How is it different than like a regular solitaire? Whereas like in regular solitaire you have the spread and then you're matching on each pile. You can sow, harvest, and stockpile. And so for example, when I just played this 11 on here, that's called harvesting because I'm grabbing this 11. And because the suit is autumn, I then spin the Illimat, which is this centerpiece, to autumn in that field. So this whole Illimat thing is a completely different sort of mechanic. Now, if I were to sow something or stockpile, what that would be is like if I took this 3 and I added it to this 9 to make it a 12. So that's kind of almost like, in a way, more like regular solitaire because you're making a stack. So now I can't do that because I don't have a 12 in my hand. If I had a 12 in my hand, then I can stockpile. That's the technical rule. I accidentally played a different variant where you can do easy stockpiling, where you can just stockpile anything. So I played that in my previous one. You should see that on Twitch. It's also on my YouTube. It was kind of an accidental thing. I didn't mean to, but technically the rules are you can only stockpile. So if there were a 1, an 8, a fool on the table that can be a 1 or a 14, I could stockpile with this 3 to make a 4 because I have a 4 in my hand. And harvesting is just taking the pieces. Now, the other element that is completely different than a regular solitaire game are these luminaries in the corners. And here's an example. They look a lot like tarot cards, but there's a lot of different ones, and they're based on themes that are from the albums that the Decemberists has put out. There's 2 albums, one of that these come from. One is the Crane Wife, and I always forget the other one. But the themes of these cause different effects in the game, depending on like which one. The boat, for example, makes it so that you can only play in that field until it's completely claimed. So you can't play in any of the other ones. Things like the Forest Queen causes the seasons to never change. And so there are different sort of meta rules that come into play. Now, those only come into play once I've cleared a field and revealed a luminary and then resun the field. Yeah, you should read the story of the whole thing. It really is interesting because, I mean, basically it was the board existed with no rules, and they had requested that this be designed for a photo shoot. And so they did the photo shoot, and then they had this thing that they didn't have anything more to, like, they couldn't do anything with it. But so then later on, like quite a while later, apparently, the game was designed and incorporated themes from their music and things like that. So that's a cool story. Just sort of this sort of creative bubbling up. And the Decemberists are in Portland. Keith Baker is in Portland. So it's kind of like, and then Carson Ellis, and then Jen Ellis, so there's a lot of connections between the people who were involved in creating this game. It is definitely an interesting story. Well, let's go ahead and get this 3 and claim this 3. And then I have this 4 that I can't really do anything with. Let's go ahead and put it over here. I don't want to put it in here because I only have 1 card left. And I want to get these luminaries revealed because I have to get all 4 luminaries claimed before I run out of this deck, before I run out of the draw pile. So ideally, every card I play needs to claim multiple cards on the table, or else I'm going to run out quick. So let's see what we can do with a 10. Well, I can take this 10 and I can claim the 6 and the 4. Now the 6 and the 4, so they add up to 10, and so I can now claim that. I've got a 9, so I can grab this 9, or I could grab that 9. Oh, this is a bummer. So I'm probably going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. But here, what I'm looking ahead is that I've got a 4 and a 6. Now, if I could stockpile this 4, or even just sew it in here, I could claim it with this 6, except it's winter over here, which it has do not harvest. So I actually can't claim cards out of that field. So if I were to put this 4 here, I would have to play this 6 somewhere else. Or I could put it here and hope that I get another 6 or a 12. But but then I end up with 3 cards here instead of one card. You know what I mean? Oh. And I can't sew here. I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hope that I get another 6 or a 12, and I could claim all of those. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. So let's go ahead and get myself another 4 cards. Fool with a 14. There's a bunch of 6s, so that's good news for me. Let's see. So no stockpiling, but I can put this 3 here, thinking ahead to this 14. We're gonna grab. Oh, but I still can't harvest. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's awful. So if you can see what's going on here, is that I was hoping to use these 6s to grab these, but I can't because it's winter and I do not harvest. So I can't grab cards out of there. I can sew them though. And I mean, I might as well. I'm going to sew those 6s in there because if I get another 6, there's only 2 other 6s. There's 5 suits. So there's a couple other 6s. The other option is a 12. And if I had a 12, I could claim 2 groups of 12 from there. But that gets me Fool of Spring, which leaves this... Oh, shoot. It leaves this unturned because it's... You turn the Illimat based on which suit you're playing. So I'm going to go ahead and with the 14, I'm going to claim the 11 and the 3. That leaves it Spring here, but this field is empty. So what that means is I reveal the Newborn. That's actually kind of awesome because the Newborn... Meow. Meow. Okay, so here's the rules for each of the luminaries when they show up. When the Newborn is revealed, it reveals the luminary in the opposite field. So if the Newborn is revealed in the field that is currently summer, reveal the luminary that is in the field that is winter. If there is no luminary in that field, because it is already claimed, randomly deal and reveal a new luminary from those not currently in use. Now, what that allows actually is that you could claim 5 luminaries in a solitaire game, which is pretty cool. If there is already a revealed luminary in the field, the Newborn has no effect. Now, so what that means is that the opposite field is revealed. So now I have just jumped to revealing the Changeling. Now, the Changeling, once during your turn, you may exchange a card from your hand with a card in the same field as the Changeling. You may do this at any point in your turn, either before or after your play. You can't exchange cards that are part of this a stockpile. This act of exchange does not change the season. When you claim the Changeling, you may immediately exchange 2 cards from your hand for any other 2 cards on the board, that's insane. Let's really quickly look at the victory book because I think the Changeling rules change in Solitaire. Okay, in Solitaire. You may use the power of the Changeling once with every 4-card hand. You can only exchange the card you are about to play. Okay, so that's the difference with the Changeling. So that's important to keep in mind. We're currently empty here, so that's awesome. we need to re-sow this field with 3 cards. And then I need to grab 4 cards. 2, 2, 10, 9. Oh. Do not sow. Okay, that's fine. So let's claim this 9. I can't make this 12 into that. It would have to be the other way around. I could exchange, but I would have to exchange this card for that card. And I don't really want or need to do that. Urgh. Oh, hey, awesome. Awesome, thanks. Yeah. Oh, and thanks for the follow. That's really awesome. Have a good time at work, and I'll hope to see you back again. Check out my older videos, watch those. I'm also on YouTube. All of my old streams are on YouTube as well. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks for stopping in. And I'm going to try to keep playing this and hopefully do better, because I am not doing so great right now. Well, I can take a 10. Oh, I can't harvest. I can't harvest. Oh, my God. Do not stockpile. See, that's 4 2s, so I pretty much know after this that the 2s are gone. Okay, we're gonna sow there, and then we're gonna grab a 2, and then I might as well sow the 2 here. Okay, so that's these guys. Let's see. So we've got an 8, a 10, 4, and an 8. Still can't harvest over there. This is going to kill me. This is going to really hurt. And I've got no face cards to turn it. So let's go ahead. We'll put an 8. We'll sow an 8 here. We'll grab the 1 and the 3. So it's the Fool is 14 or 1, and 3 is 4. So we'll grab the 4. We'll grab the 10. And then we'll grab the 8, because I can't harvest. Okay. Let's see. So we got 12, 6, 8, 7. Now, with this queen, I can switch. So I actually want to consider doing that. That's summer. Okay, so I want to claim this 12 with this 12, and that changes the seasons here. So let's go ahead and grab this 7. That's going to reveal this one, the Perfect Crime. Okay, that's actually from the Crane Wife expansion. When you collect the Perfect Crime, you may take 1 Ocus from another player or from the Illimat. This occurs after you collect an Ocus from the Illimat for clearing a field. Okay, well, but that's not really useful in a solitaire game, so we'll kind of skip that one. But that is revealed, so now I need to sow the field with 3 more. Oh my gosh. Trying to figure out what to do with this 2 over here. Well, let's go ahead and do that, I guess. And then do... Might as well put another 6 over there. I mean, that's 4 6s. So I'm not going to see any more 6s. So I'm going to have to do like 12s and things. So we're going to get this Queen of Summer 12. And that changes this to Summer. And I claim the Changeling. So this, we're actually one, I've got 1 Changeling now. Or, I mean, 1 Luminary. So, oh man, look, I have got so few cards left. Now, with the Changeling, isn't going to be relevant. It says, when you claim the Changeling, you may immediately exchange 2 cards from your hand for any other 2 cards. Well, I actually had no cards left in my hand, so that's irrelevant. So, 5, 8, 11, 13. Ugh, not a 12. I wanted a 12. So 14, 13. I can't make a... I need 12s, or I need 10. I really need a 12 is what I need to get that over there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, let's do King of Stars to get this 13 out of here. And I'm not sure I want to change this at all. Stars allows me to change the Illimat in any way. It's the 5th suit, and I'm going to go ahead and choose to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and get the 11. And I'm going to get the 8. And 6, 7. I've seen a lot of 7s. I don't know that I'm going to see a 7. But it's not do not harvest, so I need to switch it up in order to get that. 5, 6, 7, 13, 11. God, it's too bad you can't do runs, because if this were cribbage, I have a great hand over there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sew it over here, which is probably a mistake, but we're going to try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, so close to being over. Oh man. Wow. Okay. Except it's... Oh man. I could get this out, but it's not. I do not harvest. Well, I might as well put the 7 in there. 10, do not sow, so I can actually get... I can get at least those out. And I might as well get this. Ooh. Oh, can't harvest. I can't harvest. So, okay. I was thinking with the 14, I could claim all 3 of these. But I can't. But that's full of autumn. So that switches this to autumn. Which is awesome. That moves do not harvest over here. 9. I can claim these 2. Oh. Come on. No whammies. Okay. So we got a 5. Oh, hey. I cleared this out. So I actually got this, the perfect crime, which allows me to steal. And then I just claimed this 5, which got me the newborn. We've got 3 luminaries. I need to reveal and then claim that one. There's no way. I'm done. Because I cannot actually manage to do that. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and sew that there. I will claim a 12 here, making this winter, which is do not harvest. And I'll just sew a 7 in there. And I can't draw back up. I only have 3 cards. So those were my last 3 cards. I could have gotten... so close. Okay, so 3 luminaries. So I managed to do that. Well, let's go ahead and let's do one more. What was my last luminary? Was the maiden. That was close. That was probably the closest I've ever gotten. And I actually played by the rules. So... Okay, so as we're dealing, how's things since we last talked? How's your life been since the last time I was shuffling? And I forgot to take out the rake. Okay. The rake and the audience are both cards that you do not use in Solitaire, and I only have the rake of... The audience was the Kickstarter exclusive, and so I do not have that. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and shuffle up our main deck of 5 suits. And I gotta orient this the correct way. Woo! And that was a really bad shuffle. Whoa, hello. How about if I throw some cards all over the table? Okay, one more and then we'll go. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And draw a pile. And we will put a luminary in each of the 4 corners. And then that's the rest. That's the last of those, unless we get the newborn in one of the fields that brings in a new luminary. Okay, so what we've got is we've got a 1. So 11s. So there's 11 here. I could get 2 cards here. No, it's not 11. It's a 14. What am I doing? So I could get 2 cards. I can't harvest. And that's 15. And that's 13. So I'm kind of feeling like, let's use this 14. Wait, how is I going to do that? The hell? How was I doing that? That's 15. That's 13. How was I doing that? I thought I had 2 cards I could claim. Okay, well, so I guess I just take this one? And a 6. So let's see. Well, I've got to do that. I've got to take that 6 and reveal this, the boat. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! You guys! Oh no! When you harvest at least 1 card from the field containing the boat, you may also harvest cards. Oh, I got that confused earlier on. The boat is not the one that means you can only deal with that. It's the island. The island was the one. So when I said that there was the luminary that meant that you could only deal with that one field, that's actually the island. So the boat is actually a good one. When you harvest at least 1 card from the field containing the boat, you may also harvest cards from the field directly across from it. When the boat is the summer field, this allows you to harvest cards from the winter field in spite of the season. But when the boat is in the winter field, you may not harvest. If you clear 2 fields at the same time, you receive rewards for each field. Okay, so that's actually kind of awesome. So we need to reseed with 3 cards. Not super awesome. Ugh. Okay, so I gotta take 12 with the 7 and the 5. And that makes it autumn, which it already is, so that's fine. And then I've got this 9. There's a 15 and a 15, but there's no... See, I need a 9. I need to somehow... Okay, I'm gonna sew the 9 here, hoping that somehow I'm gonna get the 9s on both sides because of the boat. Let's go ahead and deal out my next 4 cards. 12, 12, and a 2 and a 10. Okay, 10 is good. So let's get this 10 out of here. Let's get this 2 out of here. Let's put the 12. Let's put the 12 here, making this spring. And then I'm going to use the 12 with the boat and get the 12 here and the 12 here. Making this summer. And then deal myself another 4 cards. Okay. I've got an 11 and a 14, and I don't see a 12. How am I going to do a 12? Well, see, I'm thinking I could put it here. Making that winter. Full of spring. Oh, but I can't harvest there, so that's okay. So we're gonna do we're gonna get rid of this 14. That makes this spring, which it already is. We'll go ahead and put this 5 over here. We'll put the 5 there, and then I've got this 13. God dang it. $10, 11, 12, 13. Well, let's go ahead. Well, I'll just put the 13 over here. It's winter already. We've got 5, 6, 11, 10, 12, 13. So I should be able to claim some stuff as soon as I get that out of winter. Let's go ahead and deal myself another 4 cards. Ugh. Do not sew. Okay, so 4. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here. This is ridiculous. And I'm gonna stockpile this as a 10, and then I'm gonna sew this 10 here because I could stockpile because I had a 10 in my hand, and then what I'm hoping for is another 10 so that I can claim via the boat both of these. I'm going to put this in here. Oh my god, this is awful. And it's winter, so it's still winter. Oh my god, that was dumb. I gotta do that. I've got to do that and get this winter turned over here. Okay. Uh, 11, 13, 8, and a 3. Oh my gosh. Ugh. This is awful. Ugh. Okay, so 13. I can claim this one. And those two. And I've got an 11. I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to use the Knight of Spring to claim that 11. Ugh. No, come on. So we will stockpile, claim the 7. Don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this. Let's put it over here. And then I'll claim this 8. Okay, so a 10. Okay, awesome. Okay, 10. And then with the boat, I can claim this 10 over here, even though it's do not harvest. That claims me 1 luminary and reveals this luminary, which is the changeling. And I need to reseed. Or, reseed. Okay, I'm going to stockpile and make that a 3 because I've got this 3 here. I don't know what to do with the 7. We'll put it over here because the 7 and the 6 make a 13, and I've got a 13 over here already. I'm going to use this 3 to go ahead and harvest this, revealing the butcher. I have not played with the butcher. When the butchers are revealed, discard the luminary in the field directly opposite from them. So if the butchers are revealed in a field that is currently summer, discard the luminary in winter. When you collect the butchers, you may force an opponent to return a collected Ocus from the Illimat. What do... hold on, wait a minute. What? I think I just lost. I just lost. Because the butchers discard this luminary. And I can't, so if it's discarded, I can't claim it? Does it still count as a victory condition? Okay, so here's the thing. I think that means that I can't win because I can't claim all 4 luminaries. However, if it means the luminary is gone, but we continue to play, then I only need 3 luminaries to win because that's the number of luminaries on the board. So I'm not sure which way is the correct way, but I'm gonna play like either I lost or I continue to play. So let's go ahead and continue to play as if, and I'll try and find a FAQ for that at some point. So I need to reseed this. And then I need to grab 4 cards. Wow, that's hard. 11 is 14. what I'm thinking, what I'm trying to figure out is if I can exchange any cards that will get me anything. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this card here to make this winter. And then I'm going to exchange my 8 for the 12. And then I'm going to claim this 12. No, I don't even need to claim that 12. Well, okay, whatever. I'll claim the 12. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. I'm going to use the 12 to claim the 8 and the 4 as 12. It's stars, so I'm going to leave it. And then I'm going to use the King of Summer to claim the 13. And that's done. And now I have the Changeling. How do I get that card? Let's just play that there. Let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang it. Well, 14, I can get one of those. 17. Oh, I think I have it. Okay, I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to use the 14 to claim the 9 and the 5. And then I'm going to use the 9 to claim the 9. And that gets me the Butcher. So if you do not immediately lose when the Butcher removes this Luminary, if you continue to play as if the goal is now 3 Luminaries, then I just won my first solitaire game ever. If the Butchers means you lose your solitaire round because you can't claim all 4, then I lost. So it's one or the other. I'm going to have to figure out whether which way that works in the Butcher. And it is weird because it says Butcher on the card, but it's Butchers in the booklet. But that is an interesting twist that I do not know the answer to. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. That's 2 rounds, 2 separate games, single round games of Illimat Solitaire Variant. I think I managed to play by the actual rules, except for the question of what the Butcher actually does in a solitaire game. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, you should definitely check this game out if you haven't. I'm playing it solitaire, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that isn't relevant for me that would be relevant for you if you went and you played it with a bunch of friends. So you should definitely watch some of the other playthroughs and just sort of see how that works out when you've got more than one player, because I'm playing a specific variant, and there are a lot of variants, and I'm not playing the canonical game really, because I'm playing a variant, but it's the only variant I can play other than the variant of solitaire rounds that I came up with, sort of unintentionally came up with in a previous playthrough. So anyhow, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.